Okay, so I'm back in Carmen, and this time I'm going to show you how to set up a Dropbox. Dropbox is a great tool to collect assignments and any sort of information from students. So to do that, you first need to go under the Activities menu and go down to Dropbox. This is what you'll see when you first go to your course in Carmen. So what you want to do first is to click on New Folder. So you can provide this a name. For example, if you are asking them to return an assignment number 1, that would be a good name. There are a lot of settings and check marks on this box or on this page. For the most part, you don't need those. One that you might utilize is the grade item if you're using Carmen as a grade book. You can choose that here, as well as how many points you want to grade it out of. If you have custom instructions or an attached file, you can do that here. The most common use of the attached file is to either attach a rubric that you will be using to grade an assignment, or provide a download like a case study that you want students to do a write-up on. I'll go ahead and attach a file. It's just like on content or any other section of Carmen. You can upload by dragging and dropping, which I'm doing now, or you can click the upload icon, find a file, and click open. Then I'll click done. So now I've attached this file. Down at the bottom I can go to save and close, or if I'm setting up my course for the semester I can do save and new, and I can quickly do one for assignment number 2. And no instructions this time, and this time I'll just click save and close. So that's the essentials on creating a Dropbox. Once students have assigned an item, you can click on the assignment and you'll see the list of student assignments down below that have been submitted. One thing that people find useful with the Dropbox is to go back in and edit in, or when they're creating a Dropbox item, add a date. So if you have a paper due at the end of week 7, you can create a Dropbox that will automatically close at the end of week 7 so that you can assure that nobody's turning something in past the deadline. So to do that, you can either go to new folder when you're creating a Dropbox, type in a name. I'll start with assignment number 3. And instead of going down and clicking save, we want to click the restrictions tab. On the restrictions, you can set a start date. Usually you don't need this unless you have early birds in your class, but every once in a while you'll want to do that. And then you can set a due date. So I will set that to be a week after my initial assignment. You can set specific times of the day. I usually don't say midnight. I would recommend 11:59 p.m. or something would open on 12:01 a.m. And then the end date is when the Dropbox will be completely closed off to students. So you can set that as well, or you can just use the due date and check to make sure that things have been flagged as late. Or you will see that things have been flagged as late if they're turned in after the due date. I will go ahead and click save and close here. But before I do that, I'll let you know that anytime Carmen has a tool that's time restricted, you'll see the student access link. So you'll see this on quizzes, Dropboxes, discussions. And that is in case you are working with students who receive extra time for quizzes or assignments, or people that you have granted extra time due to, perhaps obligations they have or some sort of illness, anything that's taken them out of the classroom. You can give those students a different deadline than everybody else. None of it is automatic, so you'll need to do this each time with each student. But if you click add, let's see. If you click add students to special access, you'll get a list of all the students in your class. And you'll get the same sort of start date, due date, end date, and you can extend that out. For now, I'll just click cancel and then go back and click save. If you've already got an assignment and you realize you forgot to put a due date, you see that now shows up on the column, you can click the small down arrow and go to Edit. When you're in an edit screen, it's just like creating a new one. You can click Restrictions. You can set a start date, a due date, and an end date here. And I'll just click Save and Close. And you'll now see that we have that listed. That's the essentials on creating a Dropbox.